The notion that the devil wants to keep Christians poor may seem far-fetched to some, but it is a concept rooted in biblical teachings and observations of the spiritual realm. According to the Bible, Satan, also known as the devil, is a spiritual entity who opposes God's will and seeks to destroy humanity. One of the ways he achieves this is by keeping Christians in a state of financial bondage, thereby limiting their ability to fulfill their divine purpose and live a life of abundance. The devil's strategy to keep Christians poor is multifaceted. Firstly, he uses deception and lies to distort their understanding of biblical teachings on finances. Many Christians are led to believe that poverty is a virtue and that seeking wealth is worldly and ungodly. This misconception stems from a misinterpretation of Jesus' teachings on the dangers of wealth and materialism. While it is true that an excessive focus on wealth can lead to spiritual downfall, the Bible also teaches that God desires to prosper his people and give them the power to acquire wealth. The devil exploits this misunderstanding, convincing Christians that they must choose between their faith and financial success. Another tactic the devil employs is to create a sense of fear and anxiety around money. He uses economic uncertainty, job insecurity, and unexpected expenses to keep Christians in a state of financial stress. This fear can lead to a scarcity mindset, causing them to hoard their resources, rather than trusting in God's provision and generosity. As a result, they become hesitant to give generously, invest in kingdom-building endeavors, or take bold steps of faith. The devil delights in this, knowing that a Christian's lack of faith in God's provision can lead to a stagnated spiritual life and a diminished impact on the world. The devil also seeks to keep Christians poor by hindering their ability to manage their finances effectively. He can inspire reckless spending, debt accumulation, and poor financial decision-making. By doing so, he creates a cycle of financial bondage that is difficult to break. Christians who are struggling financially are often too distracted by their financial woes to focus on their spiritual growth, evangelism, or community service. The devil knows that a Christian's financial instability can lead to emotional instability, straining their relationships with God and others. Furthermore, the devil's desire to keep Christians poor is also driven by his desire to limit their influence and impact on the world. When Christians are financially stable, they are better equipped to support missionaries, fund community projects, and invest in kingdom-building initiatives. The devil is aware that a financially empowered Christian is a force to be reckoned with, capable of spreading the gospel, disciplining others, and transforming communities. By keeping Christians in a state of financial poverty, the devil seeks to muzzle their voices, restrict their reach, and undermine their ability to make a meaningful difference in the world. In contrast, the Bible teaches that God desires to bless his people financially, not just for their own benefit, but also for the benefit of others. In Deuteronomy 8:18, God reminds the Israelites that he gives them the power to gain wealth, and in 2 Corinthians 9:11, Paul writes that God is able to bless them abundantly, so that they can be generous on every occasion. The Bible also emphasizes the importance of wise financial management, encouraging Christians to be good stewards of their resources, to invest in eternal treasures, and trust in God's provision. Ultimately, the devil's desire to keep Christians poor is a spiritual battle that requires a robust response. Christians must arm themselves with the truth of God's word, renounce the devil's lies, and trust in God's promise to provide for them. By embracing a biblical understanding of finances, managing their resources wisely, and trusting in God's provision, Christians can break free from the devil's stronghold of poverty and live a life of financial freedom and abundance. As they do, they will be empowered to fulfill their divine purpose, spread the gospel, and make a meaningful impact on the world, rendering the devil's schemes to keep them poor ineffective and futile.